Hey guys, how you doing? Today's October 4th and we're over here working on the Farmall H. I'm going to get this last tire changed out. I've already gotten this one changed, but I've got to get this last one done. And I wanted to show you guys something here. I got to apologize for the noise. They're blowing out the sprinkler systems. But I wanted to show you, whoever put these wheels on, put the clamps on in reverse. So if you can see these clamps, these are kind of the, I'm going to call them the concave clamp. So the lip is on the outside versus this clamp here is the convex clamp. The only problem with that is, in order for me to get the rim off the wheel, I have to pull these clamps off, which allow the rim to fall inwards, but I can't get it off because these clamps prevent the wheel from coming out. So I have to flip all these clamps around. I've already done it on this wheel. So basically that when I take these clamps off, they just fall off the front and the wheel comes off the wheel center, or the rim and tire come off the wheel center. But that's last time it proved to be quite a project, just because these bolts probably haven't been removed in umpteen years. But as you can see, these tires are ready to go. I got tube coming through the sides. You know, they're in pretty bad shape. So they're ready to go. I'm surprised they actually held as long as they did, but so that's what we're going to do today. Another thing, I wanted to apologize for not really putting up any videos lately, but kind of a long story short, on the 25th my mom passed away, so it's been kind of a bumpy road the last week and a half, and I really haven't had time to do much of anything with tractors, between making phone calls to family and phone calls to financial institutions and figuring all that out, since I'm the oldest kid and it's kind of on my shoulders to do all that. So same thing when my dad passed about 3 years ago. So it's been a bumpy ride, and it was unexpected and it's unfortunate, but you know, it's not much you can do now. So anyhow, that's kind of why I haven't been around the last week and a half, 2 weeks. But let's get my mind off that and start wrenching on this tractor. I don't know how much filming I'm going to actually do, just because they're blowing out this sprinkler system, so it's going to be kind of a annoying sound in the background. But let me get my tools. Oh, before I forget, I was at Tractor Supply picking up some more PB Blaster, and I happened to walk by their discount tool aisle, and I found it's a Porter cable, 1/2-inch drive impact. So I'm going to give it a shot. It says it's got up to 230 foot-pounds of torque, so I'll see what it's made of. I think I only paid like 25 bucks for it, brand new, so you can't really go wrong with that. But we'll see what it's made of, and I can see they're blowing sprinklers out here. So let me get my tools set up and we'll keep moving. Alright guys, well, we got the tire off. Now I just got to clean up the rim. I'll hit it with a wire wheel and clean up some of that flaky rust. The tube I'm probably just going to toss, just because of all the rust that's on it. It'll probably still hold air, but you know, it's just, you're asking for problems when you got all that flaky rust stuck to the tube. And then if you try to reuse something like that, it'd be different if it was a brand new tube that was only in the tire for like a year. but that tube's been in there for a long time and it's got rust and crap all over it, so we're gonna go ahead and toss it. But anyhow, let me clean this rim up and then we'll get the new tire on and put the tube in it and then finish it up. So alright guys, well, we cleaned up the rim and I found one little problem. Underneath some rust there was a big weld right here, and it was actually cracked around the weld just a little bit. It wasn't too bad. So what I did was I took and mixed up some JB weld and smeared it in there, and I think it's going to be fine for now. But eventually I'm going to have to replace this rim. I don't have the money to do it right now, and it's gonna not be fun pulling the tire and tube back off, but you know what, I've done this enough times now in the last month to know that I pretty much got it down. So just gonna see that spot where the JB weld was kind of dripping through a little bit, just a little bit, not too bad. So just gonna let it set up a little bit here, and actually what I could do is I could take a piece of tube and cut it and just lay it in here, and that would kind of protect that JB weld while it cures. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take a chunk of tube and lay it in there. I'm full of good ideas. I wonder nobody's giving me any money for them yet. But let me cut a chunk of tube and we'll go from there. All right guys, well, we got the tires on it, or this one rather, and everything seemed to work out pretty good. It's not in the best shape, but it's in a lot better shape than the other ones. You can see the treads kind of peeling back here, but it's in a lot better shape than the other ones. The tube isn't hanging out the sides, and yeah, it's weather cracked, but you know what, it'll get us by. So, and I think that JB weld will hold for quite a while, especially with that section of tube that I laid in there as kind of a barrier. So it'll cure up, and then it'll be good to go for a little while anyways. But anyhow, I think that's really going to do it for working on this for probably the year. I know I got leaky tubes in the front, but it's probably because of the holes around the valve stems. They're pretty rusted out and that, but let's go ahead and fire it up and head on out down the road. See if I can get this camera to stay where I want it this time. Remember the last time on the Farmall M, it was kind of a challenge. So sometimes it takes a little bit of finagling to get it to work right. I think that'll be okay. We'll see. We'll see as we start driving. very well. Alright guys, well that pretty much does it for the Farmall H I think this year. I'll probably get a couple more rides in on everything, but it's just been kind of hectic with my mom passing last week and getting going through her stuff and getting stuff donated and taking care of paperwork, and it's just been a long week and a half or so. But I think eventually what's going to happen here is there's going to be a GoFundMe that's going to be started just to kind of help us with some of the funeral costs and whatnot. She didn't have life insurance, and even if she did, it wouldn't have mattered probably, because her cause of death was self-inflicted, we'll say. She ended up taking her own life. So I'll, in one of my future videos, if you guys want, I can put a link for the GoFundMe that's going to be started, and if anybody can contribute, that's great. If not, hey, no big deal, you know. It's kind of one of those things that's unexpected, and we definitely weren't expecting it, both emotionally and financially, so it is what it is. But maybe in my next video I'll post the GoFundMe link, and I'm gonna do a picture slideshow that just kind of shows everybody like a photo history of her life. And if you guys enjoy watching it, that's cool. If not, well, it's not typical for my channel, but some of my family members want me to put it up on my channel, so I'm going to. So anyhow, on a more positive note, that's going to do it for that tractor, and all we've got left really for this year is get tires for the F20, and they seem to be quite elusive as far as used tires go, so I'm probably going to have to go with new tires. But next spring, I think I got some things, just small projects that I want to take care of for the summer. Work on that governor for the F20. I'd like to take the carb off both the F20 and the H and just blow them out with the air compressor. I never had an air compressor when I was doing those carburetors, so it might help to blow them out and get whatever crud might be lodged in the small passageways out. But I'd like to do the head gasket and check out the valves on the H. But it's running great. I mean, it's got a few hiccups here and there, but other than that, it's running great. All the tractors run pretty well. So, but anyhow, that's really going to do it for this video, and hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry I didn't get you much of the tire changing process, but it's pretty self-explanatory. So there's just a lot of noise in the background going on with the sprinklers getting blown out. So anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, thanks for wrenching with me, and stay tuned. We'll see you later.